Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, John Jordan. So in this video we're going to have a look at what's been going on with tokens, game project tokens, cryptocurrencies in 2023, which is a bit of a dangerous thing to be doing. So I have this big list. It's about not quite 200, but getting on, for 185 or so tokens that are attached to blockchain game projects. Most of them are pretty obscure that people won't have heard of. Some of them obviously are well-known projects. So I just updated it, and I've currently ordered it in terms of what I call the sort of ROI from the start of when the token was tracked on CoinGecko. So CoinGecko, one of the bigger sort of coin token websites. And basically, all these tokens, I basically put in the first price that CoinGecko ever tracks for them. So that may not be the initial token sale price. So I have for some of them I have sort of a token sale price if they sold on an IDL or something. But basically when CoinGecko starts picking things up, and then depending on how long the token's been live, I have different sort of time frames that I look at. This is sort of a useful one because this basically says when CoinGecko's picked up the token, compare that price to the price now. So obviously for some blockchain, for some cryptocurrencies, they've gone up very well. So I put ETH in here not because it's obviously a gaming token, but because it's sort of an interesting comparison point. So ETH has gone up 52,000% since it sort of started being tracked on CoinGecko at about $3. And now obviously $1,520 and $64 or whatever it is today, up and down as ever. So obviously I often say cryptocurrencies will either go to 1 or go to 0, which is basically most of them will go to 0. So most of them, the prices will go to 0. They will lose 100% of their value over time, and some of them won't. So basically, what does 1 mean? Well, it just means they haven't gone to 0. And you sort of get an idea in terms of, we can look at ETH, obviously one of the most popular, successful blockchain projects ever. Bitcoin, obviously, they're the two biggest cryptocurrencies. But we have some other ones in here. We have AXS token from Axie Infinity. So even though it's down sort of 93% last year, it's up almost 3,000% from when CoinGecko started tracking it, and it's actually up a bit more from when it actually the first people could have bought it. If you were one of those lucky investors, you could have bought that token for 10 cents. The Mana token from Decentraland up again 2,661%. Magic token for the Treasure DAO up 1,000%. So these are sort of, when I say 1 to 0, 1 or 0, I would say pretty much anything with 1,000%, ROI is a sort of a 1. Obviously, some of these ones here, since they were first tracked, say the Steppen token is pretty much, if you bought it when it first was tracked on CoinGecko, now you're pretty much the same price, even though it's gone up quite a lot in the meantime. The Ghost token from Aavegotchi, 14%. So these are sort of small increases. We have some here that have doubled. So Sand's come down. Sand is up 3,000% from when you could have first bought it, but it's only up 250% from when CoinGecko started tracking it. Actually down 30% this year. So this gives us sort of an idea of sort of what's been sort of happening on the big scheme of things. But we're looking at 2023. So we could look at, so this is 2023 column here. And we can see these are the average ones. So averages are not always very useful when you have these very big numbers, but we can see here, on average, if you bought sort of $1 of every one of these tokens, which obviously you couldn't do, you'd be up sort of 300%. You would have sort of done well. So, but in 2023, obviously we're not, this is year to date, so on average, tokens are down 26%. But obviously a lot of tokens are down a lot, and some tokens are up a little bit. So let's have a look. So what do we see? We have to be a little, so actually, the surprising thing here is obviously lots of tokens, have gone down 99%. For various reasons, because basically the project's probably died, or the people, just want to dump it out. Or some tokens have shut down, or just any kind of dynamic. So even like the Tower token from Animoca Brands, Animoca Brands Crazy Defense Heroes game, that's down 71% this year, 91% since it started being tracked on CoinGecko. There's a whole bunch of sort of serious projects here that are just down a lot because everything's sort of down a lot and crypto's down. But some things have gone up. So interesting to look at. So a lot of these, probably not very well known tokens, and it could just be these things are going up because they are very low cap tokens. So they're basically, you know, very small amounts of anyone buying, you know, a little bit of these tokens may raise the price. Is sort of what I'm saying here. So it's not the case for everything, for all of these, but in some cases it is. So I mean, an example here of something that isn't is the Ron token, so the Ronin token from Sky Mavis, which runs the Axie Infinity games. So that's down 88% since it was first tracked on CoinGecko, although there's some oddities around exactly when CoinGecko started tracking it, but it's actually up 50% this year. So that token is now 42 cents. At one point it was like $1.40, I think. So it's sort of got over since January the 1st. It's gone up 50%, but it's sort of gone up more and come down a lot. So there's obviously that dynamic going on in there that most of these tokens have, you know, are sort of on the way down at the moment. And I should point out, if you're looking at these numbers here, these have not been updated. No, they have been. Yeah, some of these are wrong. So don't look at those ones. Another interesting one here, WeMix. So this is the token for the WeMade blockchain gaming company from South Korea. So actually, you know, this one's actually, you know, a token that's done actually pretty well. So up 173% this year, and actually up 348% since CoinGecko started tracking it. But still, it's gone sort of up and down a lot. We can look at some of these, and some of these. This is the Brawl Stars token. Some of these are slightly odder projects that I don't really know about. This World one is a bit more interesting. We look at that, but some projects, you know, have more than doubled their money. If you bought them on the 1st of January and you sold them now, assuming there's enough liquidity, you know, you would have doubled your money, which is, you know, when we think about crypto this year, it's been a pretty sort of difficult year. But actually, you know, if you look at ETH actually. We can look at that by pulling this up, and I did have it there before. So ETH, you know, is up 28% this year. So ETH has gone, you know, it was low, has gone up, and has fallen down again. But you know, ETH is up sort of 28%. So that's sort of something we can take as a sort of an index. So anything doing more than 28% is sort of doing better than ETH. Anything around sort of 50%, you know, is sort of around the same level as ETH. But these ones, you know, 600%, you know, is a lot. So what are these projects? Well, we can have a quick look. So WeMix is one I mentioned. So we can see here again, you know, just taking what the price was on the 1st of January and what the price is now is not always a great thing to do. We can see the price of WeMix went up a lot. So it almost hit $2.6, and now it's sort of just under $1, around about $1. So you know. It's gone up a lot, but you could have, if you bought here, you've lost a lot of money. You know, you've lost 2/3. So you have to be a little bit careful. But you know, WeMix is a proper, you know, WeMade are a proper Korean games developer. They're putting a load of games through their WeMix platform. We'll see, you know, dozens of games. They're trying to get 100 games sort of signed up. The tokenomics are a bit all over the place, to be honest, but they're sort of working on it. So we'll see. I mean, obviously, none of this stuff is investment advice. At the moment, the quickest way to lose your money is putting crypto. So we have the Brawl token. So this is what used to be called is it Backyard Brawlers? I can't remember. It's a game on the Wax blockchain, but now there's a version on the Epic Game Store which doesn't have blockchain in there. So it's quite an interesting sort of game where you have these brawlers. These are NFTs, and you know, I think the reason that the token has done well here, up 176%, is because now this game has sort of had a Web 2 version and they put it on the Epic Game Store. Probably more of a mobile game really than a PC game, to be honest. But you know, in these sort of trying times, any bit of news can drive token prices up, because I say there's very small liquidity. So anyone sort of buying this stuff can drive the price up. A bunch of sort of weird stuff. So this Meme Lords thing, I mean, not really, it is a blockchain NFT game, but you know, it's called Meme Lords. It's a very sort of weird thing. You have to be sort of very careful with these. I haven't played this game at all, but sort of, you know, Kim Jong-un playing David Icke. Yeah, maybe sort of a fun sort of game. Not sure I would particularly want to be spending my money in there, but you know, there is, you know. Some people do, and good luck to them. So look at other things. So this ALU token is this token here. So this is a sort of a platform, ultimate platform for building and scaling Web3 games. So this isn't a game itself. This is a sort of an infrastructure play. So you know, there are games in some ways that are involved with this. It's not a blockchain that people are running on. I think it's more of a sort of social sort of platform. A lot of the stuff, actually, the tokens on the BNB blockchain. So, but it's cross-platform. So you can think people maybe, you know, more serious VCs are investing in this. I don't really know, you know, the actual dynamics of the token, but you know, not a game itself, a sort of as a marketplace. What else we got? And then I guess the most interesting one is World. So this was originally called NFT World. This is still what it's listed as on CoinGecko. Again, we look back at what's happened over the last year. You know, it's actually sort of, you know, volatile up and down, but it's gone up. You know, you can see it was about, you know, 0.006 cents, and now it's 0.3. So yeah, it has, you know, gone up a lot. And this was a project that was let's go here. It's now called Hyptopia. And that was a project that was using Minecraft and doing some blockchain stuff with Minecraft, and then Minecraft said they couldn't do it, so they basically built their entire built an entire open source version of a Minecraft type game. It's not Minecraft, it's their own game, and it's all you know, built for blockchain. And they had had a bunch of NFTs, NFT land, which have, you know, been sort of popular, and they got this token is the underpinning token. So this is a project that's been around for a while. It's gone through various, you know, hype cycles, as all these things do. It's gone through a very bad down cycle when Minecraft said you can't do this, and then they sort of decided they were going to do it themselves and just rebuild it, and so that's the reason that their token has gone up, because they got a beta coming out, and you know, people are interested in this project because it is a sort of blockchain version of Minecraft. So you could sort of, that's not to say the token price is necessarily going to go up or continue going up, but you can see why, you know, it's a project that has sort of momentum and people are interested in it. We'll see when it goes live whether people are, you know, how many people are using it, and whether people are using the token, and whether, you know, there's actual economic value in there. But and just to prove this, and that's not always the case, or maybe it's just me. So this Naka token. So this is the project here, Nakamoto Games, which is a project on, if it's going to load, it's a project on Polygon. So I've no familiarity with this at all, but it has, you know, it seems to have the usual things you'd expect. Has a whole bunch of games, has an inbuilt marketplace. I don't know any of these games. These I imagine are just Web 2 games, and they're sort of having a wrapper sort of based around it. So these ones look like Web 3 games with some sort of tokenomics in there. You know, will this continue to rise up? Who knows? Looks like for these sort of things you're paying. You're paying to enter rooms, and then the winner probably takes the money. So I'm guessing sort of a skills-based system. But you know, it looks like this is a you know, a company which is not just doing a blockchain game. It's sort of thinking more around building an ecosystem. And you know, I don't know why the price has gone up 600% or whatever it has, 600% yet. There could be, obviously, speculation is part of that. When prices start going up, then people start piling in, which is not always the best way to operate. But again, this is sort of probably has some sort of momentum going on there. So it's kind of funny that it's 2023. We think, you know, it's been a disaster, and in many ways it has not been a good year. So we can see here, Axe is down 34%. The Mana token from Decentraland down 11%, Magic token's down 4%, Gala token, surprised it's only down 25%, but Gala Engine token down 13%, and this one is actually up. The Ultimate token, not the Ultimate token, what is it? The Ultra token for the blockchain distribution platform, even though that launch is down 19%. The Line token down 25%. Wemix one that's up. So Sand down 30%. Theta is down. You know, so you know, it's a mixed bag. And most things, you know, were up, I guess, in the first sort of quarter, and are now sort of continuing down, and I guess they're going to continue down probably for the next few months, and maybe for the next 6 months still. We don't know clearly, but it is interesting that some things are have their own sort of cycle within the cycle of crypto, and so some things are going up. So it's you can take of that what you will. It's not investment advice, but interesting to actually get some data around. You know, I think probably most people would have thought that everything had gone down, and interesting to see that some things haven't, even though I don't think necessarily, with the exception of Worlds, any of these projects are you know, particularly something that I'm looking out for personally, at least. Anyway, that's what we got today. Thanks for watching the video. See you again soon.